One of the things that most riders have difficulty learning, and everybody wants to be able to do, is to whip the bike. Basically, whipping the bike is exactly kind of what it sounds like. You, off the face of the jump, basically whip the bike out sideways, so that the goal would be to get the bike either parallel to the ground or beyond, which some riders are able to do on sizable jumps. But really, to start with, it's just kind of kicking the bike out. And it's a natural progression. Some people get confused as to what actually goes on in the whip and how you get the bike back. But when you do the whip correctly, the bike and the momentum of your bike will actually bring you back around and straighten you out before you hit the ground. The key thing is to not obviously go above your ability level or try to go too far down, or just also making sure that you're on the right type of jump to be able to whip it on. The key is in the approach to the jump, where you're actually almost leaning into it, using the sidewalls of your tires to kind of bite as you take off the face of the jump, which will bring the bike actually flat as your tires leave the takeoff of the jump. And what momentum will do with it at that point is just kind of carry it back around and then over. So there's a point where if you actually still framed it, where you would be flat kind of this way, and then as it comes around, you're going to be out more to where your tires are sideways from where you were taking off, and that whole thing will carry through, and it'll set your bike back up straight as long as you do it right. The key is just very, very small steps, learning to do it kind of on real small jumps with maybe even a hip landing, to where the takeoff would be straight to you, but the landing or the downside where you're shooting for would be at an angle across, to where you could actually land on a slope, over to your left if you can whip to your left, or over to your right if you're trying to do it to your right. That gives you a little bit more room for a margin of error, to where you don't have to bring your bike all the way back perfectly straight, and you could land on the side slope, and it takes a little bit of the risk out of it. So we're going to do a couple and kind of show you a little bit more of the technique in practice. So as you can see, the whip is basically just a combination of taking off with the correct amount of lean, and then using your body positioning to help bring the bike around, depending on how much, how far or how little you got the bike out. The key is just to stay within your ability level, start small and work up and up and up. Make sure that the jump has, when you're leaning against the jump, your front end especially, and your rear tire is not going to break loose on the face, which would cause you to get kind of spiraling too far, or it would make it very difficult to bring it back. So stay within your ability level, use your body and your bike, and let the momentum carry it across, and you'll be whipping in no time. The whip is by far the most impressive looking trick, and if you can master it, you will be the envy of all your buddies. The important thing, as I said earlier, is just to take it slow, analyze the face of the jump, find the right jump that you feel comfortable on, begin to lean, let the bike follow through in the momentum and your body position, correct your trajectory to get you back to straight. As you get this feeling and you do it repetitively, you'll be able to go a little bit farther, and it can stay completely in control. Like I said, the whip is a lot of fun. It's fun to do, it's fun to watch, and everybody should go try one.